the young and the vibrant speakers in the meet. You can unmute yourself and tell, happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy morning.
How many of them love
Happy mo-
watching movie? How many of them love watching movie? You can give your comments in the chat box. How many of them love watching the movie? Yes. You can give yes or no. Yes. Which genre of movie do you like? Which genre? Okay, thriller, suspense, romance, and much more. Okay. Okay. So I'm a person who loves watching the movie. And cinema is very influential recreation that is meant for rejuvenating our minds. It acts as a reverie at the time of your stressful days and depressing nights. Have you ever imagined how the movies have been evolved? The cinema or the motion movie is the art of making images. Cinema is a visual medium that tells us the stories and often exposes the reality. It is the most recent form of art that is found in the earth, and it has been created in the dusk of the 19th century. It is the cinema being the most complex, costlier, and collaborative art of expression of the thing. And the few elements of the movies includes the first one being the story or the script. The entire movie revolves around the story or the script, and it is the base for a movie. The director visualizes everything based on the movie, which based on the story or the script. Even the cast, the dialogues, even everything revolves around the story or the script. The second element being the director. Director is the one who visualizes the story or the movie just before it reaches to the audience. So it is said that the movie is first seen through a director's eyes, then it reaches to the audience. So the third element being the cast. The cast is a person or the people who are acting in the movie, and these are the people who will be appreciated when the movie is good, and who will be blamed when the movie is a disappointment. And they leads the movie on the on screen, and they have nothing to do with the off screen too. Now let's discuss on few advantages of watching the movie. Cinema gives a cultural exposure. Have you do you know how the people or the lifestyle of the people in USA, United States of America? Yes, we know just by watching the movie. We know their eating habits. We know how they express. We know their dressing style. Everything we know just by watching the movie. And I just remember few of my friends asked, Christy, in Kerala, you have this culture, that culture. They know much better than me. I was shocked to hear that. It's just because they watch a lot of Malayalam movies. So by movie, we will get, or it gives a cultural exposure. The second being, it is a great source of entertainment. You will be stressed out after your work or your studies. Then in this lockdown especially, you don't have any other option than a watching movie. It is simplest and easiest way of entertainment, and it refreshes your mind obviously. And so it's a great source of entertainment. The third being, it generates employment. You will be thinking only the movie actors or the directors or the producers or the people who are benefited out of it. No, there are a lot of other people like the sound engineer, the costume designer, and much more people who are involved in that. So it encourages the creativity and the boost of the country's economy. So now let's discuss on few disadvantages. It kills time, obviously. So if you start okay, you are watching a movie for 2.5 hours. You will be curious to know till the end. So you are trying to relax yourself for half an hour, and you will try. I mean, you will end up watching or wasting your time for 3.5 hours, and even much more, just because one after the other you will keep on watching, just because the Netflix and Amazon is very cheap and you can easily available. And the second disadvantage might be it can be addictive. If you watch a movie, if you're studying for just 1 hour and you are trying to relax yourself, and you are automatically, my mind will say that, I don't want to watch movie, but automatically my hands will go to the mobile and just scroll on the YouTube one after the other. You will watch continuously the movies, so it can be addictive. The third being loss of sleep. It can lead to loss of sleep. If you're working or if you're studying, just after night 11 o'clock or something, you feel like you have to watch a movie, then you will start continue watching movie till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and the early morning you have to wake up to get ready for your college or the office. Then what will happen is you will compromise on your sleep. If you go office, then you cannot even concentrate on your study or on your work. And in college going students, they cannot even concentrate on your studies just because of the lack of sleep, and it can even impact on your memory and some other illness too. So uh, we know that the coin has two sides. Same way, the movies also have the beneficial and detrimental side of it. And we in this world, we will be flooded with lot of informations. The choice is ours to select the right one. What is right and what is wrong for you? You should have the ability to think by yourself. If you should control yourself. If you don't control yourself, then others will control you. Thank you.
Monish,
Monish,
please unmute yourself.
please unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Now, I welcome this person. He's a CA finalist and Mr. Aspirant winner in his BCom. And he's also a cricket lover, and he's a cricketer, and even he played for nationals. So I welcome Mr. Kiran to give his prepared speech, and all the best to him.
Am I audible? Is screen visible? If I am hungry, I can order through a Zomato. If I don't have money in my wallet, I can pay through a Paytm or PhonePe. If I don't have a bike in Bangalore to ride, I can ride through a bounce. If I can't go out and learn, I can learn through a Byju's or other learning app and whatnot. The smallest company in the world can look as large as the largest company on the web. A very good morning, one and all present here. My name is Kiran. My topic is on startup today. What do you mean by startup? Let us understand the meaning of startup. Startup is nothing but a company which is founded by one or more entrepreneurs to provide a unique product or services. When it comes to the world, the most number of startups country in the world is US with 99,086 startups, which is almost near to 1 lakh, followed by India, United Kingdom, Canada, and Indonesia. In terms of valuation, the most valued company in the world is ByteDance. It is a parent company of TikTok, which is valued $140 billion. I astonished by seeing this valuation because almost 10 lakh crore of rupees, in Indian terms, it is 10 lakh crore. It is valued in 10 lakh crores. 3/4 of the valuation of the Reliance Industries, 2 times valuation of Infosys, 2 times valuation of, the Wipro. These companies have established 3 to 4 decades back, but this ByteDance company has established just 8 years back. Look at how the valuation is, has increased, because we can understand by this how the technology is impacting on people, how it is evolving. When it comes to India, currently there are 10,221 startups, and it stands, second in the world in terms of number of startups. The most valued startups in India is Paytm, which is valued $16 billion, followed by Byju's $13 billion, Oyo, NSE, and Zomato. When it comes to unicorns in India, first let us understand what do you mean by a unicorn. Unicorn is just a status given to a startup. When a startup is valued $1 billion or more, that startup is given a status called unicorns. Means this company has been valued $1 billion, more or more. Currently, there are about 100 unicorns in India with a market value of 240 billion, which is diversified into across sectors like e-commerce, education, fintech, logistics, and food delivery, and etc. In 2021 year alone, that is in just 4 months, 14 startups have got a unicorn status. These companies are like, for example, Cred, which is used to pay a credit card bills, like Grow, the stockbroking company, ShareChat, social media app, and so many things. India received about 3.7 billion funding in just 3 months of 2021. If you observe, this pandemic has caused many disruption to almost all the companies across the globe, but only few companies got benefited out of it, like some, for example, like e-commerce. But these startups are continue to raise a lot of funds from the across investors, around the globe, right? But how can, despite this pandemic, how can they raise a lot of funds? Because if you observe, these companies are based on technology. They don't need any assets. They don't need anything. Like, no, just they need technology. So this pandemic, even before the pandemic, we were using technology, but this pandemic has compelled us to adopt technology rapidly. So that's why this technology company has attracting the investors across the globe. Uh, like I, if you observe, we used to go to a mobile shop to recharge mobile. We used to go to a Bescom office to pay the electricity bill, and we used to go to an insurance agent to purchase insurance. Now I can everything. It can be everything done in like one like a click in like in app. So one part, it is a convenient and it is very helpful for the people. But other side, the person who is sitting in the Bescom office who was collecting the electricity bills, he lost job because all the people are paying through the online. What he can do? He lost the job. So for everything there is an advantage and disadvantage. But we can say in next 10 to 15 years, our lifestyle is going to change because of this technology. Like during my articleship, I used to observe this, like a lot of startups come into play, right? This Zomato, Swiggy, Foodpanda, and Uber, but only few companies got, successful. And later on, I saw like the bones, but just clicking an app, you can ride a bike like Yulu. I can say by sitting in home, you can buy anything you want. No need to go outside and, like search for it. Like I think our lifestyle is going to change because of this technology, like after 10 to 15 years. India has come up with a scheme like Startup India scheme, which encourages for the entrepreneurs to to come up with new innovative ideas and to provide a unique product or services, which has given various benefits to the startups, like taxation benefits, and giving them tax free for first 10 years, all those things, because we need to encourage these people so that it creates an employment opportunity for the people. So I with this, I want to leave one question to all of you, is that have you heard about the clear tax, right? It is founded by an engineer, where all the services in the platform are related to CS, what we provide. And in fact, the services provided in the platform are CH itself. So it is valued now, I think 750 to 800 million dollars. When an engineer can think of, about like a services provided by CS, what we are doing it, because we are day in and out, we are living in it, right? Why can't we come up with innovative ideas and create a platform like this, so that we can also become an entrepreneur and create an employment opportunity? During my articleship, so many people used to come to my office, like they bring one app. They used to tell us, this, if you use this app, this makes your work more efficient, because we can track work status and we can complete the work on time. So that, but I'm telling, why can an engineer think of like this? Why can't we? So that we can also become an entrepreneurs, like we can also start an startups. So I leave this question to you, and you can think upon it, and also I urge all of you to come up with a new innovative idea, so that we can also become an entrepreneur. With this, I will end this session. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Over to MC.
Your life that you would like to do. Namaste to one and all present here. Have you ever thought of what would other people think, and what if something goes wrong? Thinking like this, have you ever stopped yourself to speak with other person? Yes, this is because of our shyness. This led to our topic, how to overcome shyness and speak with others comfortably and confidently. For this, we should have a primary thing is willingness to change. That gives us a push that we require. Trust me, harder you push yourself will reach you a greater height. In the same way, the heartful willingness you have will result in a best change. That's great that everyone have attended the meet that shows your willingness to change. And come on, let us move to the simple 3-step process to overcome shyness. Number 1, avoid being fake. Have you observed these kind of people where who laugh out loud for a silly things and overreact on small things? Yes, this kind of people can engage other persons temporarily, but after some time we feel like escaping from them. This is due to their fakeness. No one is shouting lights, camera, action. No need to overreact. The best way to be is to be yourself. And second, how to create a good first impression. For this, we have a triple treats: hand, posture, eye contact. Hand. Your hand should be open and free, not tied up or into your pockets. And second, posture. For this, your posture should determine nothing other than a genuine confidence. Also, other emotions according to the conversation. And for this, you can practice one. Lower down your shoulders, loosely hang your hands near your body. Do not touch it, but loosely, and just slightly chin up. This gives a confidence posture, and this is called a launch stance. This is before, this is after. Choose wisely and practice in front of the mirror. And eye contact. Trust me, gaining a trusted person is very much important in a conversation. For this, eye contact is a key, especially with opposite gender. And fact about eye contact is, eye contact sparks the production of oxytocin, the hormone which helps in building a trust and bonding. So ensure 60 to 70% of eye contact with the opposite person in a conversation. That works great. Finally, what should I say? You avoid being fake and created a good impression. And what need to say? I thought of eating ice cream and went out to the nearby polar bear shop and ordered one vanilla ice cream. He suggested me to add dry fruits. I said, go ahead. He added up and decorated with chocolate syrup and need to taste the 2 papers. After having a taste of it, I felt heaven is nowhere but here. How many of you thought of eating ice cream just now? Yes, this is because as soon as I start the story, you will feel like eating ice cream because we imagine the things as soon as the story starts. This is called neural coupling. And that answers the question, what should you say? Story. What kind of stories? Thirsty Crow, Lion and the Mouse? No. You should say your story, your life experience and viewpoints. For this, you have a following 3 formats. Number 1, trigger topics. This is quite common like current affairs or trending matters. For this, just you need to trigger the topics. The rest opposite person will take care. And second, sparking stories. These are deeper than trigger topics. In this, you need to share your life experience, things which make you move. In other words, opposite person has to feel some emotion, sad, comedy, motivation, thought-provoking, any kind of. And finally, we have a boomerang. This is most likely format. In as the name suggests, you need to make other person also speak. It should be like a phone conversation, not like a radio. Yeah, and for this, you just need to start a topic and ask a question for other person. For instance, I have been at Marina Beach last month. It was amazing. Have you been a travel trip any recently? By this, opposite person will also get engaged, and this is most likely format to use. And all of the above points are taken from a well-written book called Captivate: The Science of Succeeding with People, written by Vanessa. To conclude with, after knowing all of this stuff, the next moment you can't be a master orator. It needs a practice. Setbacks, rejections, sacrifices, all are part of process. I agree, it's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity and the patient listening. Some of them are twice listened half of the speech. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Over to Master of Ceremony, Velampalli Maunish.